Welcome back to the Jeep Surfski World Series TV show. This month we visit Europe and the magnificent town of Vila do Conde in Portugal for the Nelo Summer Challenge, a 10-kilometer downward race on the Ocean Paddler Surfski World Series. Situated near the city of Porto, Vila do Conde has a rich history with the ocean, playing home to some of Portugal's legendary seafarers of days gone by. This rich history only shadowed by its old world beauty. Now in its third edition, this race is going from strength to strength and annually attracts not only the best surfski paddlers in the world, but also the planet's flat water elite. Now just a few weeks after the 2012 London Olympics, they have all gathered in Portugal to sample what will be the course for next year's first ever official Surfski World Championship. This region of Portugal is well known for its beautiful beaches, as sun worshippers flock to its shores every summer. But this is also the North Atlantic Ocean, and with that comes some very brutal and sometimes unpredictable ocean conditions, perfect for downwind paddling. With 4 days to go till the Nelo Summer Challenge, all the planets aligned, and with 25-knot winds predicted, excitement ran high as paddlers got on the water for some genuine downwind practice. The town of Vila do Conde is also home to the world's largest kayak manufacturer, Nelo Kayaks. With a factory based in the area and a long history in the sport, Nelo kayaks have risen to be the global leader in flat water and slalom kayaks. 2012 was also a key year for the brand, with their team winning 26 of the 36 medals on offer at the 2012 London Olympics. From its humble Olympic beginnings in 1996, where the brand won only one medal, through years of research and development and hard work, together with the paddlers, Nelo Kayaks has become a tour de force, helping many athletes to achieve the ultimate goal in the sport of kayaking. This year saw the opening of the Memory Centre in Villa de Conde, a display commemorating the achievements in sport of this amazing company. And with all of the 26 medal winners invited to witness the opening of this centre, it truly was the meeting of champions. Once the formalities were over, it was over to the Nelo factory, where the athletes were treated to a small taste of where the founder of the company, Manuel Ramos, and his team had come from. The highlight of the show was the unveiling of a commemorative kayak to Manuel himself by the factory team, paying tribute to his deep roots in the sport of kayak from his Olympic days as an athlete to present day. The Nelo factory has pioneered some of the world's most revolutionary techniques in hard glass and kayak manufacture, and the athletes were treated to a display of how it's done as a kayak was made during the presentation, where each paddler got to sign the boat, which was later dismantled, and everyone handed back their signed pieces of the boat. Well, truly a rich history on display for the paddlers, and we look forward to seeing Nelo move onward and upward into the future. So race day is upon us, and paddlers are greeted with epic conditions.
My name is Billy Harker. Came out to Porto in Portugal. Everything's set up. Actually, there's nothing really for me to do. The boats are, I don't know if you can see behind me here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 surfski racks on the beach. Your boats are at the beach. You paddle over there. This is the start venue. It's perfectly set up, Greg. I mean, I don't know what to say.
so great to meet up with the friends from the Olympics in a different setting, and everyone is relaxed and ready to party, and at the same time meet the surfski friends that you can see is really nervous before the race and afraid some of the flatwater guys will beat them and stuff. So it's a great great vibe, as you say.
Different course this year, looking forward to getting out there, and Michelle's here this year. That'll be good to see what she's been doing and test myself against myself and the other girls, and it's always fun getting in there with the boys and you know, getting thrown around a bit and just trying to beat as many boys as you can, I think. And different course, it'll be something new, and I actually haven't covered the course, so I don't really know the landmarks and where I'm going to be, but you know, it's always good fun and looking forward to being out there.
It's going to be a tricky race for myself. I haven't had a chance to get on the ocean ski very much, but I think the guys that will be competitive will be Dawood, Jasper and Kenny, and obviously Sean. I dare say those 4 guys will be battling it out the front. I'd like to get in the show and have a bit of fun, try and mix it up. I'll be making most of this Le Mans start, try and get a good start ahead of the guys and try and relax a bit, and when they come past, try and jump on for a ride for a bit.
Electric atmosphere as paddlers all wait on the line for the Le Mans start.
The first major aspect of this race is the start with all the Olympic sprinters in the mix there, and you definitely want to get a good start here because there's so many guys that are fast. It's not like you can recover from a bad start.
Most people probably don't care what kind of start it is, as long as it is a fair start. And so being a Le Mans starter is probably one of the fairest that you can have. A lot of the time, if you're in the water, you know, everyone's creeping along, and you know, before you know it, everyone's 100 metres away from the start line, and you know, there'll be people sprinting, and you know, you can either get a great start or get a really bad start. So this Le Mans start's probably one of the better ways to do it.
I really enjoy the Le Mans start type of racing. It's quite a skillful thing to do, to get to time that start and get a good start. Like getting on the ski and getting away out in front of the big group is really important. It can make a big difference in that first kilometre and how much energy you exert. And you get a clean start, you can really make it easy for yourself.
A furious pace off the start as we see the flatwater specialists take to the front. One hotspot up for grabs, and it's 1 kilometre out at the turn marker. Olympian Adam van Koeverden is in the mix along with Sean Rice and Jasper Mocker, while the rest of the field takes chase. Some anxious moments as they round the harbour wall and enter the open ocean. This is a vital part of the race, and paddlers will want to maintain contact with the front group and try get into the runs first. Almost 1 kilometre in now, and the break for the hotspot. South African Sean Rice holds a narrow lead from Australian Billy Bain. He's pinned his ears back, and this looks to be his today.
I think my goal for the start subconsciously was that I wanted to be in front or near the front, but I wanted to be comfortable because I knew that, you know, once you hit that outside buoy, you want to have a little bit in the tank to get onto the first couple runs.
As paddlers make the turn, they're into the runs right away. And this is where the surf riding skills will start to play its part, and this will most certainly level the playing fields now for the surfski specialists.
So I turned in fourth, and then it was downwind, baby. And from there, I was just telling myself to relax, to breathe, and just to focus on getting my nose in the hole every time.
On board with Michelle Ire again as she turns the marker at the front of the ladies' race. tragedy for Naomi Flood here as one of her cables snap and it's over before it's even begun for her. In the men's race, everyone is jockeying for positions, and we see Australian Jacob clear alongside Portugal's Luis Ventura. Jacob is part of the Australian Kayak Olympic squad, but has a strong pedigree in surfski as most Aussies do, and he starts to make his way up the field. Just ahead of him, another strong Aussie contender. Tommy Woodruff is looking very strong and finding some good runs. Just inside him, it's Olympic K1 silver medalist Max Hoff from Germany, in the top 10 right now, and he seems to be enjoying his surfski. So here's the top 7 right now. Billy Bain in 7 with another Olympian Ken Wallace in 6th, just back from Joep van Bakel. Dane Sloss from Australia's 4th, and just on his inside we see Sean Rice trailing the Mocker brothers David and Jasper, who lead the race. Sloss is looking strong though, and he will most certainly make a challenge for the lead now.
And slowly sort of crept up on past Kenny and crept up on Sean, and Jasper had taken the lead by then, and then got next to Jasper. And then I got my nose in front, and from there we were sort of trading runs, you know. He never really came past me, or, you know, he sort of would catch up and then I would go again. And I think that kind of put me in a false sense of security.
At the front, Jasper and David are trading runs with absolutely nothing in it right now.
I don't think I got ahead of David at all initially in the first half. I was, you know, next to him, then behind him, inside, outside, and it was just relentless, just like 100% the whole way. You could not sit up. If you got more than, like the furthest I was behind was 1 boat length, and I think, you know, if you got a little bit more than that behind, then it was going to be really hard to make 2 boat lengths up in those sort of runs in only a 40-minute race.
Just past the halfway now, and David is unable to shake the attentions of his younger brother Jasper. He's holding on with both hands right now as they trade the lead, with Sean Rice a few boat lengths back, and also challenging for the lead now along with Dane Sloss from Australia and Joep van Bakel. Conditions are good, but still very hard work, and with the race being only 10 kilometers, it doesn't leave any room for errors, and you have to keep in touch with the leaders or your race is simply over. Back to the front, and Sean Rice and Dane Sloss battling to hang on to the pace of the Mocker brothers as they fight it out at the front. Albeit looking very comfortable, but don't let that fool you, this pace is hot.
Like in my head, I almost for a little while got content with second. I thought, oh, okay, you know, like second behind the world champ, like I can just comfortably stay here, catch runs and end up second at the end of the day. And that would be good, you know, like that would be a good race and everyone would be stoked for me and whatever, and that, you know, that would be fun. But then suddenly inside my head, I just had like my inner voice saying, no, stuff that, you know, I don't want to come second, I want to win, I'm going to take this thing. So I think that was a step for me, was just to actually make the decision to tell myself, you know what, that second is it's good, but it's not good enough, and I'm actually going to really try my hardest to win this race.
David makes a few boat lengths on Jasper and looks like it may be over. But wait, Jasper has linked some great runs and he is back level. And now he takes the lead. What a race!
We were doing the downwind dance. So, you know, the downwind dance, as I call it, is when you're coming behind a guy, coming up next to him, then you pass him, and then he goes behind you, and you're sort of doing this like zigzag. It's called the downwind dance. And about a kilometre from the finish, I just came off the back of one. There was no ways I could go over it, and he was on a run and just did the catch and pass.
It was really hard to pass him. Like I didn't pass him once in the race. The only time I passed him was the one time that I got in front of him, and I stayed there, and that was about a K from the turning buoy.
We turned the buoy together. I had a nice line that put me level with him, and then I went on the inside of him, and then I had a great line to finish, which I thought was the winner.
You know, when you come around that can, now you know it's straight 1,000 meters, you're basically going into the wind. I mean, the wind's coming from the side, you're not catching any runs. So it's just a really hard interval or a burn all the way to the beach. The finish line was a little bit back from the turning buoy, so you had to angle a bit more into the wind. And I actually just made the call. I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to go straight to the beach. I'm just going to go shortest line to the beach, because in these conditions I can probably run faster along the beach than what I'm going to paddle. So I must have gone down the finish line probably about 30 or 40 meters further down than David, but I hit the beach about 10 seconds ahead of him, and in that time I managed to hit the beach and then cover the distance across the beach and come first over the line, and super stoked. Probably one of the best things I can remember for me.
And clearly ecstatic. David second by a narrow margin, and Sean Rice has held on for third. Dane Sloss fourth, and Ken Wallace has had a great second half to finish fifth. He won this event last year, but in 2012 the Mocker brothers were simply too strong. Back with the ladies, and Michelle Ire has led from the start. She used her strong downwind skills to hold off the rest, and she will take the Nelo Summer Challenge for 2012. Well, that brings the curtain down on an amazing week here in Portugal. Great downwind, great racing, and we now look forward to next year and the first World Championship here in Vila do Conde. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you then. The Jeep Surfski World Series is proudly presented by Jeep Apparel and White Hot Media.